New at 6, data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that there are more unemployed workers than jobs available. Federal layoffs, loss of contracts, even private sector downsizing have compounded the situation throughout the DMV. Job seekers tell me that after months of looking for a job, they're still coming up short. These are the faces of people who say months after separating from the federal government or losing their private sector job, they're left with few options, drained bank accounts, and fleeting hope.
I'm struggling so hard today. I took the deferred resignation program and have so much regret. I have so much regret.
In this viral video, Shantae Graves shares her frustration after accepting the federal government's deferred resignation program, which placed her on administrative leave with full compensation until September, followed by a formal separation.
Even with all of the crazy stuff going on in the government, I really miss the security of that job. I actually started recording back in the spring, like when all of this started happening, and I started recording my process of like coming to terms with leaving, and it was just a diary for myself.
She, like thousands of other former federal workers, faced the possibility of layoffs or reductions in force that threatened to leave them with limited severance pay. Many took the deal with the belief that the certainty of a paycheck was better than gambling with a potential layoff. The Trump administration maintains that the federal reductions were necessary to improve efficiency and shrink a federal workforce they claim was too big.
I feel like I have no community of people that also took it, which makes me then feel even worse because I feel like I didn't make a thought out decision, but I did think it out. The weight of being back out in the searching for a job just really hit me that day.
The task of looking for work is daunting as the number of unemployed climb and the jobs available dwindle.
I didn't expect to be leaving federal service like that when I had entered. I envisioned a long career.
Jordan Matthews entered the federal government as a Presidential Service Management Fellow within the Department of Justice. She worked in an office focused on community conflict resolution.
The administration had tried to get rid of our component the first time around unsuccessfully, and so we knew that there would probably be that same type of attempt. But as we all learned quickly, that this year or this time around was very different. It feels like every other person is unemployed right now. And knowing what that means for our economy feels very scary. I was looking for part-time jobs. I was looking for something. I'd be like, I would love to work part-time at Whole Foods as a cashier right now, just to make, have a little bit of stability. That's been challenging.
While she looks for work, she's been nurturing a community of former federal workers with her blog, The Fed Up.
I believe more than any time ever, it is so important that we all say the true thing out loud together.
Benjamin Phillips worked at USAID, an agency shut down by the Trump administration after uncorroborated claims of corruption and abuse. Thousands of employees were laid off, and some, like Phillips, opted for the deferred resignation program instead. He's still looking for work.
The field that I've worked in, international development and humanitarian assistance, has basically been, almost disappeared in the United States because the administration cut all of the funding. So that, the kinds of jobs that I used to have before, those have all disappeared as well.
I don't want to lose my home.
Private sector workers are no different. Paulette James lost her private sector job earlier this year. More than 10 months later, she's still looking for a job. And although she lives closer to Richmond, she's been applying for work throughout the D.C. region, especially as she's on the verge of losing her house. Alfred Street Baptist Church helped pay her mortgage in October. She doesn't know where the money's going to come from to pay for November's bill.
I want to save my home. I want to save my livelihood, and I need to make an income.
All these job seekers say they've applied for dozens, even hundreds of opportunities. They say there's the occasional callback, the ghosting from prospective employers, or just silence altogether. Bill Fitzgerald is the author of Searching for a Job Sucks and a career expert.
Some of the people that I've been speaking to who are farther down that pipeline in terms of the interviewing process, for them, the real secret has been getting out from behind their desk, more or less, and having conversations with people they know and getting introduced to people that those people know.
Fitzgerald said in an age where applicants are competing with algorithms, tapping into your network, building professional relationships, and getting the recommendation or referral from within an organization goes a long way in separating you from other candidates.
The only place that I can go from here is forward.
Important to note as well that many of those that we spoke with said that they're starting to run out of money, and as a result will likely have to leave the region as well. On federal